Welcome to the Las Vegas Convention Center and a big show called Magic Las Vegas. It's called the world's largest fashion marketplace and comes to Las Vegas twice a year. At this time, we are going to visit just one part of the show called sourcing. These are the folks who come to the show to advertise the fact that they provide everything for the apparel industry. Many of the exhibitors are from Asia, and we shall see that as we tour sourcing. Hi, this is Thomas from Textile.
Hi.
And this is a company I wasn't aware of. Where are you located?
We're based out of St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay, that's my hometown. I mean, I was in the suburbs there.
Great town.
And you've got a lot of fabrics here.
We have a lot of fabric.
Do you make the fabrics?
Yeah, so we import the fabric here to the United States. We store them here in the U.S. and we distribute to manufacturers, apparel brands, and different industries.
Mostly American companies?
American companies.
American companies that make everything, he told me earlier, everything from clothing to bedspreads, I guess.
And you name it. They make uniforms, they make apparel, they can make bags, they can make accessories, anything that requires, fabric, pet products, and so forth. So we're very broad range.
Okay, where do you import the fabrics from?
We import the fabrics from all over the world. We're in India, we're in Pakistan, we're in Taiwan, we're in China. Yes, mainly abroad.
Okay, and you gave me a figure about what in the 800, what was that?
About 8 million yards of fabric. Yeah, it's a lot of fabric that we distribute. The other thing is that in-house here in the United States, we also do printing.
Okay.
So we digitally print for cotton fibers, natural fibers, blends, and then we also sublimate on 100% polyester goods.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how's business?
Business is great. Can't complain.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Have a great day, of course.
In the Huazhong booth, this is a Taiwanese company, and they make labels, and they've got all kinds of samples here. And I guess I never thought about it, that if you buy a blouse with a special label on the inside and the back, the people who make the blouse may not make the label. And so it has to be bought from somebody, and here is a company that is at this show, and they're very happy to talk about the labels they make. Hello. Excuse me. This is Patrick at Renjin Industrial Company Limited from China. And I was curious here because I noticed, what is it your company makes?
We make hardwares for handbags, shoes, apparels, and accessories.
And you were telling me how many different processes go into...
Like for example, for a regular handbag like this, normally there can be about 150 to 200 processes, and hardware is normally an essential part to the making of the bags. Especially as you can see, even though hardware may not be the most expensive parts on a bag or on a shoe, for example, but then hardware is what shows the difference on the bag.
Well, it's gold or silver or...
Yes, especially with the coloring, the logos, and all that. Yeah.
So a bag manufacturer will separately order from you?
Order the hardwares from us, and then we will deliver our hardwares to them. Yes, and for example, we are the nominated suppliers for many different brands, including Michael Kors, Calvin Klein, Karl Lagerfeld, and a lot of the others too.
I'll be darned. Now you had that pretty bag. Show me that again.
Yep.
The hardware.
Yeah. So for example, everything that you see, like from the studs.
Yes.
To the dog clips, rings, hanger, and also logo plate. These are all hardwares. It's what makes the bag looks nice.
Your company can supply all the...
Yes, we supply all this. Yes.
I'll be darned.
Yes.
I had no idea. I thought if you bought a Michael Kors bag that there's this factory and they make everything, but not necessarily.
No. Normally, like we work directly with a lot of brands, and then they will send they have actual hardware designers that focus on designing various hardwares for every season, and then they will send us the artworks so that then we'll review and make the most for the hardware they need. So that then we will ship those to their factories, to their, for example, the handbag or shoe factories, so that they will be able to make samples and productions with our hardwares.
Is your company located in one city or?
Yes, we're located in China, in Dongguan area.
Oh, say that name again.
In Dongguan.
Okay.
Yes, in Dongguan in China.
Okay, well, welcome to Las Vegas, and
Thank
thanks
you.
for talking with me.
Thank you for your time.
Okay, here's another piece of the puzzle, the ring spun, I can't pronounce it, yarn factory. And look at this. So those folks who sew garments have to buy yarn from someone, and look at all the samples here. This is another Chinese company, and I'll be darned, they're here in Las Vegas. Another company from China came here and they present embroidery. So when we have a blouse even on QVC that has a fancy sleeve or belt or whatever, they may have bought the embroidery from Jian. How do you pronounce the name?
Shaoxing City, Keqiao District.
Okay, well, good for you. Beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. So they are here at sourcing, letting the world know that they can provide embroidery for your items. This is Abraham, and he's representing a company, Ethos Footwear, that is in Pakistan. So tell me, repeat what you just said about the cost of manufacturing.
I was just saying that it probably costs 4 times less to make a product in our home country, Pakistan, than it would in the US. And so you were just telling me that you bought these shoes for $200. I was going to say to you that the rule of thumb in retail is that if you buy a thing for $1, you sell it for $5. So the company that bought these shoes and is retailing them probably bought them for $40. Now, if we were going to sell this, we were probably going to sell this for between $10 and $15. So that is the difference between having it made in the US or being made outside of the US. But I personally feel in the longer run, the market in the US should move from a more fast fashion and consumption-based economy to an economy where they're buying maybe less, but buying made in the US, because that's good for the American people and that's good for the country. And if I were even the president of the country, that's what I'd promote.
Well, there are a lot of people who would agree with you.
I would say there should be less imports, there should be more local industry, there will be more jobs, good quality product, and less foreign dependence. And I think a country as great as the US, with enough people, people who need jobs, I personally think that there should be a place where.
Well, a lot of people are working; they just can't quite afford things. Now, with your company, Ethos, you'll put. Do you have any famous brands that you've made for that you can talk about?
I can't tell you all the details, but I can tell you like one brand that we're making very artistic footwear for. It's called Fuchsia Shoes. And so they're essentially, we're doing like an artisan kind of shoemaking. So they're all handmade, and one artisan can make maybe only 1 or 2 shoes a day.
Oh.
So it's all hand embroidered, very high handwork, very high.
How many people work at your company?
Probably 250 people.
Okay, it's pretty big. It's pretty big.
Reasonable size company.
Yeah.
We export to Europe, we export to the US. And the American market generally is more sensitive to comfort. It's a very comfort-driven economy in terms of footwear.
Yes.
So we put special emphasis on comfort In the US, for instance, we have more cushioned insole memory foam, and then we make a very flexible shoe for the US,
Okay.
so that the wearer is very comfortable.
Okay.
And,
Well,
and that's important for the American market, because without comfort, you could have the best looking shoe. People will look at it, but they won't wear it.
you're absolutely right, and I'm one of those customers. Thank you. At this booth, because the sign said they are from Vietnam, they're from Ho Chi Minh City, and I got a quick rundown that if we needed a sample hat, it would take between 5 and 7 days. And then if we put in an order, a minimum of 300 hats, we could wait 30 days to have them delivered FedEx, etc. The price could be anywhere from $2 to $5 a hat. And you can see this is a very busy booth. Still in the aisle of Vietnam companies, and this one, look at all these beautiful, are these all soccer balls?
And basketballs.
Oh, basketballs. Yes, of course. And this is the first time this company has been at this show, and they would love to be making basketballs for Americans, but right now it's mostly Southeast Asia as their customer. Beautiful, beautiful things. Look at this. I mean, you could display this in your living room. It's gorgeous. The sourcing show also has a sort of theater. They're not performing at the moment, but there are events and experiences that can happen here, I think.
So my name is Mo, and I am the founder and CEO for LA Apparel Services, located in downtown LA. And we help people with development through production. And then we also created Garment Learning Studio, which is for people who are just starting out. If you've been doing it for a few years and you need to get back on track, and we help you to have some cohort learning and come and join GLS.
Okay, well, I majored in home economics 100 years ago.
And you used to have to sew,
and I should come to your
and
studio.
Draping and sewing was a fun
So
thing.
the people here are making a bag. You
You're
said
making a bag. Some people have sewing experience and some people do not. It's the first time they're at a machine. So this is an activity, hands-on experience at sourcing. So Garment Learning Studio is co-hosting with sourcing as we build having
okay.
the
So this
studio
is just an activity,
Yeah,
a different kind of thing.
here.
Well, thank
This
you.
is the first time we've done it, and we'll do it again.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
Gosh, you've got a great smile. My goodness, the word silk I haven't seen in a long time because I shop on QVC and they typically don't sell things in silk. But there is a supplier here who will be more than happy to provide silk to anyone who wants to make a beautiful blouse. Pro Manufacturia Company Limited has a sign that says this is not a plastic bag, and here it is. And I touched it. It feels just like plastic, and the lady here says it is made of cornstarch, of all things. She says it's a little more expensive than a plastic bag, but it does not harm the environment, right?
Yes.
And so this is a good idea for the future. I'm assuming this machine is embroidering, and I'm assuming it's for sale. Color Reel X Melco. How much is a machine like this?
So this exact setup right here is about $40,000.
$40,000, but it looks like it's two different colors that it's embroidering.
Yes.
How How many can it do?
This setup right here can do as many colors as you can think of. Infinite colors.
Yeah, it's a printer. It's printing the thread.
Yeah. This unit up here is actually printing the color onto the thread as it's running.
I'll be darned.
Yeah. So it can get,
So it's got one thread but can come in 40 colors.
it has one thread can come in 16 million colors.
Is this something new?
Yeah. Fairly new. It's been in development here for about 13 years or so, but it's just started to come out now within the last 3. So it's going to be something that's going to be exploding in the embroidery world very, very shortly.
I'll be darned. Is this an American company?
So this here, this Melco here is in America. We're out of Denver, or Westminster, which is basically outside of Denver.
Okay.
This here is Color Reel. They're out of Sweden.
I'll be darned. I never ever heard of anything like it.
Yeah, so it's called Color Reel. Brand new about this stuff, and you can get it.
You get all that with one thread.
One thread.
It's amazing.
Isn't that cool?
$40,000 doesn't seem too much.
Not for what it's capable of.
Yeah.
Got it, yeah.
So, how has this been at this show? Has this been a good?
It's been phenomenal. It's been, well, one thing, it's been new technology that we've kind of been showing off. Trying to show a little bit of sustainability in the action there as well, just because you only need one thread to do basically any color that you possibly want. But it's been really fun to see people just get excited about, like, because you kind of walk by and you're like, oh, okay, it's an embroidery machine, and then you actually learn what it's doing, and it's like, ooh, I got to come back, I want to learn more about what that is.
Well, that's my reaction.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's been very common this
I mean,
year.
have you sold them, or do you just give out information and they come back later?
Yeah, so both, all of the above. Yeah, so if nothing else, it's been a wonderful opportunity just to kind of share new technology about what's going to be.
Now, does this? Are there mechanical issues? I mean, does it work constantly and doesn't
Yeah.
break down? And
Yeah, so it is.
if it does, then what?
Yeah, so it's a commercial grade piece of equipment, so it's meant to run constantly. In the event that something happens to the machine that you, at the end user, were not able to repair, there are technicians and service specialists throughout the United States that are certified through us as the manufacturer that would come out to look at and service the machine.
Okay, what is your name? Your first name?
Zach,
Zach. Thank you very much,
you're
Zach.
very, very welcome. Thank you so much.
And all these suitcases, and I asked the older lady there, and I said, is this a whole booth? She says, no, it's just a family, and we're all waiting to go home. So that's what this is. Interesting sign. Does your business have a mission? Social Good Row is dedicated to matchmaking brands and nonprofit organizations to build collaborative relationships for a philanthropic mission. Partner up with one of our nonprofit organizations and take part in the new paradigm shift toward sustainability and social good. So here we are. And here's another company, and they sell, looks like, only plush fabrics. But you know, the plush fabrics make me think of something comfortable like a nap. And so I'm going to leave the sourcing show in these beautiful fabrics.